Big Chongus! Big Chongus!
Alright, you're live.
Alright, excellent. Cool. Hello everyone. I am Raikou, named after Pokemon, doing a Digimon game for you today. About to do Legacy. Legacy is a category of this game that pretty much runs an old boy rule set for this game, where it was before RNG manipulation was such a prominent thing for this game. So we do one little tiny bit of RNG manipulation on the first fight. After that, the whole game is I'm pretty much at its mercy. Now, in this run, I got to learn an ability, which is like a 14% chance. I have a backup save for that moment in case that doesn't happen. I'm also going to go for a 3% chance a little later in the run. I'm going to give it a few goes, but if I don't get it, I'm just going to go ahead and continue on from there. Anyways, for now, I'm gonna start with no memory card, because we don't have save files in this one, but I do have the save file in case things go wrong. We don't have a name incentive as far as I know, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call it Zaxon because we love him and we want to help him. So give him some of your dosh, give him some of your money, help him out. He's having a hard time. And we're going to get this run underway in just a moment. Alrighty, so in just a moment, I'm going to start the timer here, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, let's get this underway. So we got like a little bit of an intro here to go through. Takes about a minute. Optimally, you can take about 57 seconds. The timing for it is quite, it's interesting. So this isn't like a specific, don't mash fast and you'll get through this. It's actually specific timing on each text box, so my mashing speed is kind of varied throughout the entire intro. What I want to do, which isn't happening very well at the moment, but I want the X button to not be pressed in at all on the sprite for the X button, if I'm pressing it at the right time. Now, this game runs 20 frames a second in a 60 Hz console, so you have a lot of frames that drop inputs in this. So a lot of the time I do experience issues where I will drop inputs. However, in this category, that's not such a problem because you're not doing tight timing like doing slots and stuff. In most categories for this game, you use RNG manipulation and bonus try training to power level your Digimon effectively and start off with a Digimon that has near max offense early on. In this run, you start off with barely any offense, barely any speed, and yeah, you're kind of running a bit weak at the beginning. So what we do is we do 3 sessions of speed training. Also, something we don't usually do in current categories for the game is feed your Digimon and take good care of it. That is, you know, just slow. We just don't like doing that. And I find if you don't take care of them, they get stronger anyway. But in this particular case, because you're trying to get a specific evolution, you have to meet a certain requirement of what's called care mistakes. So I'm going to let this Digimon take a poo on the ground. Also, this game is all about poop. So if you like poop, this is the game for you. So he drops the crap on the ground, meant to take him to the toilet, and that avoids a care mistake. But in this particular case, we want the care mistake. So I'm trying to make that happen there. We need to get a total of 4 care mistakes. If we go 5 care mistakes by any chance, we get the wrong evolution. Since there's specific requirements for evolutions, and 2 Digimon are really, really close together. One is Birdramon, one is Meramon. And yeah, if you go that 1 care mistake more, you get Meramon instead of Birdramon. But we want Birdramon for this run. So, as I said, 1 fight in this run is RNG manipulated, and this is the one. Oh, whoops. There we go. I kind of forgot that if I split, it splits the other timer as well. So, I won't split anymore. I'll just skip the split on my actual splits. So I'm running 2 splits at the same time. I'm running the timer for the stream and the timer for my own, you know, just for my splits. So we're gonna fight probably one of the most annoying fights in this run. It's Kunamon. Kunamon is like a yellow electric worm. You feed this Digimon some meat, and then it attacks you, and it has like really high chances of blocking, and it has a bunch of abilities that can cause status effects to you, like stunning, flattening, which is a status effect that causes your Digimon to turn all 2D pixelated. And no, those are the only 2, but those happen often enough to be a massive issue. So what I want to happen with this fight is I want to bring him down to about 430, 440 HP. And then I want to use Ogamon's finisher. Now the finisher charges faster if you get blocked. So I want Kunamon to block me a couple times. I've just been stunned. Excellent. That's good. That's what we want. Absolutely. Totally. So now I'm just getting my ass handed to me. So far, not a great Kunamon fight. This is a Kunamon troll. But yeah, right now we're nowhere near the health we need to be at. So I'm starting to build the finish. I've built the finisher, so okay. Alright, fine. He used his finisher, which is really unlucky. This is a really bad fight. Holy moly. That should be okay. I got double stunned. Okay. So this is Legacy in a nutshell. This is the hand we're dealt. This is what we have to work with. It is terrible. This is extremely unlucky. I could die. Alright, well, let's see what happens. I fortunately have a large enough estimate that I could probably get away with... I could probably get away with restarting if I needed to, but I don't need to. That is an extremely bad fight. Perfect showing for a marathon, really. The biggest issue I've got now is I have very low health for the next fight. And the next fight can be kind of trolly as well. Not nearly as bad as Kunamon, but it's up there. That is probably the worst fight I've had in recent time as well. So, perfect for this. I'm gonna get a medium recovery, which is like, it heals 1,500 health, which is way more than what I currently have. So I'm not gonna be using it right now, but I'll have it for later fights. Now, there is one more concern. Like as I said, I do have low health. The concern I have at the moment is I have to go through a puzzle area that has a chance to do damage to my Digimon. And if it hits my Digimon, then I actually can't complete the puzzle without healing, which means I have to use that medium recovery. I really don't want to do that. So we're gonna hopefully be lucky. But if I have to, I'll heal. It's fine. So I should probably mention what the whole purpose of this run is, or what we're trying to achieve here. So there is a city that you start off in, and you get told that basically all the Digimon that live in the city have bailed out, and they've just left, and they're all around this island. I'm trying to bring them back to the city and reach a certain prosperity rating for the city. Once I hit the 50 points I require, I'm able to go to the last dungeon of the game and fight the final boss. So I'm going to go through this puzzle now. I'm following the same path every time. That is very good. That is also very good. So we really want an autopilot here. I'm going to have to feed one of these though. Because what I need to do is I need a damage boost here. And go back around here. So that's a bit of a unfortunate scene of events. But I did get backup medium recovery, which I was able to use to heal. So I still got the one I got from the PC. I've also got an autopilot, which is extremely handy because that saves a little bit of time in terms of getting back to the village or getting back to the city after I recruit a certain Digimon. Normally you'd have to take like a long-ish walk, but because I got lucky for that, it's a 20% chance that that autopilot spawns, by the way. And yeah, I managed to get it, so that's good. But the exit was wrong, so that means I had to take the damage boost there, which is like a bit of a time loss to heal up and everything like that.
Hey Raikou, I'm just gonna FAST4ZAX, and so thank you for that.
Let's go. That's what we want to hear. Alrighty, so I visited this beach once already. Then these fish, Koalamon, took me across the lake to the jungle. While I got taken across, they apparently fixed a broken bridge, and that's what I crossed to get back here. And now that I've done that, I'm going back here to talk to him again, and they're going to join the city. Almost forgot I had an autopilot. Most of the time you don't have it, so very easy to get confused. So normally I'd have to walk all the way back up to the bridge area and then go into the city from the new shortcut that was opened. But because I have that autopilot, I can just do that. So now I'm gonna sell most of the starting items I got. You get like a small little package of items after talking to one of the NPCs at the very beginning of the game. And most of it is just very useful to sell. Normally, I wouldn't buy the there. If I accidentally bought 2, I would normally just take the 2 and go with it from there. But because this is a marathon run, I'm going to make sure I have those various. Now, the various, what they do is they cure status effects. So if you get stunned, flattened, any of that kind of stuff, that cures it. So it's very handy if you get owned in a fight and then all of a sudden you have to cure that. They're handy to have for sure. So now I'm going to head to an area called Drill Tunnel. Drill Tunnel has a Dromogamon. Dromogamon is just like he's got a drill nose. It's pretty much all there is to it. Gonna fight him. He's apparently a bit too hot. Like it's just boiling underground, and he's unhappy, so he decides to attack me. I don't know the reason why. Just figures that would be a good idea. In which case, I hit him with fireballs and make it worse. And then he's happy afterwards. So yeah, we're going to do that one. That's a bit of a tricky... It can be a troll fight, just like Kunamon, because pretty much anything you do early on, because of the amount of offense and speed that your Digimon has, you can get owned really easily. So really hoping that this goes well, since Kunamon went so bad, this should be better. I'm going to sort my inventory out a bit more cleaner here. I'm going to heal because I'm a bit scared of getting destroyed, because Dromogamon does have an attack that could one-shot me at that health level. So making sure I have enough to survive is probably for the best. So as I said, this early on, blocking is actually probably preferred. It builds up the finisher bar faster, and the more HP the enemy has while I use the finisher, probably the more effective the fight is. Because it looks like I'm going to get him down to about 100 health, and then the finisher is going to be available, which is probably the worst. Yeah. Oh, that's actually not too bad. 200 is still good. To charge a finisher, you just mash L1 and R1. You just mash them alternating. I keep splitting by, like, muscle memory. I shouldn't do that. Oh, the timer's still accurate. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to talk to... is it even the same Digimon? I'm not 100% sure. If it is, he moves faster than me, and he's made it to the other side of the drill tunnel. But he's currently working on this... Drilling a tunnel, as per the level name. So I'm going to talk to him. He's going to ask me to help him clean up the dirt, and I'm just going to be like, nope. And I'm just going to leave. Wow, double autopilot fail. That is some terrible luck. I'm going to try and double feed it. Okay. That is so unlucky. This run is really bad luck so far. As marathons intended. Alright, so we talked to Euromon to activate an invisible bridge later. That's something to worry about later. And now I'm going to do pretty much some... like a training montage, effectively. I gotta feed my Digimon every 4 hours of this training, but I'm trying to make Birdramon happen now. Also, I will not be taking my Digimon to the toilet at all during this, so there's going to be a lot of shit piles all piling up here. So, everyone laugh. It's very funny. Almost autopilot, don't do that. So sometimes, every 4 hours when I do the meat feed, sometimes Agumon needs 2. And if I train over the fact that he needs 2, it actually causes a care mistake, and that's going to cause me to get Meramon. So I need to be very careful of that. So there's actually things to care about with this. So that particular situation where he leaned forward and moved towards me, that means it was a double feed. Oh, here comes another poo. Very good. So, in this next hour here, Agumon needs to sleep. And fortunately, he's made himself a little makeshift bed, so now he's all good to sleep on the ground. Although he didn't even sleep in it. So I've got 1 full day and then a half day of training before evolution, and then I've got to do about 2 days of training with Birdramon to reach a certain amount of offense. So the session is pretty boring. Fortunately, a lot of the main categories don't do this because the evolution choice you take in the other categories, which is Bakemon, happens through what's called death evolution. You die in a fight or die to sickness, and when you respawn back at the city, you'll evolve at a 10% chance. So that's like effectively what we use for other runs. That means you don't have to train for a certain age or any of that kind of stuff to get Birdramon or, you know, any of those kind of evolutions. You also don't have to care about your Digimon as much as you do right now, which is, you know, obviously faster. Interesting. He took more meat than usual. So I'm gonna have to probably... I'll have to buy more meat from the shop after. Alright, evolution is coming up. It's got 2 more, pretty much. Oh, okay. Early evolution. Oh, that's right, because it took longer for me to let Ogumon sleep, so another hour ticked over, which means his evolution age was an hour earlier. That makes sense. So when I talk about hours, it obviously hasn't been an hour. We're running 19 minutes on the timer at the moment, so clearly it hasn't been. We're talking about the in-game time. The in-game time runs like an hour per minute. So 60 seconds is an hour in this game. And the time only moves when you're not in a loading screen and not in a dialogue box like I am right now. Plus fights move the timer by 20 minutes, 20 seconds. So if you get into an accidental encounter at any time and you're trying to get to a certain event by a certain time, you're probably going to miss that event. Which can be very problematic, actually, because there's a whole section of the game that has these security guards that are only available, or that are pretty much guarding it the entire time, except for a 10-second real-time window. And you have to be there at that time, but they do it twice in a day. That 10-second window is available twice a day, I mean. But if you miss it, you have to train a full day or a full half day. You know, it's a massive pain in the ass. So we should be sitting at about 550 offense after this, roughly. I don't have to feed my Digimon anymore. Now that I've got the evolution I want, I don't need to do any more of that kind of stuff. Alright, good. So, got a little bit more left of this day, and then a half day next, and then we're moving on, finally. But yeah, this whole section takes ages. It's not exactly too great to do in a run. Well, speaking of sections that are not great to do in a run, we're about to get to one. Spinning shots is the next thing that I'll be doing in this run, which is, as I mentioned at the start of the run, I have to learn a 14% chance ability to use for this run. I'm effectively giving it one try on this marathon. If I don't get it in that one try, I'm loading my save and we're moving on. But if I get it without having to do that, that'll be good. But I'm pretty much at the point where this run had such a terrible beginning that there's no way it's going to record. So we're probably just going to do whatever's more better for like a showcase, rather than anything that's going to be going fast. So now we're done here. So the Birdramon here is currently got a little bubble above its head that's like a teardrop sort of. It's actually a sweat. It's meant to signify sweat, so it tells that my Digimon's exhausted. Normally you wouldn't leave your Digimon in this state, but it is actually beneficial, as the Digimon does not suffer a game mechanic known as the butterfly. What happens when your Digimon has no status effects and is this unhappy? So you see the happiness bar in the bottom right. It's literally got nothing in its happiness bar. It is extremely depressed. It will get a butterfly that will slowly gain its happiness back up until it reaches a full bar. When that happens, your Digimon loses 2% of its stats every time the bar goes up a little bit. And obviously, after just training to 550, losing 2% of my stats every single time the bar goes up is definitely not something we want. But that stuff cannot happen while there is a status bubble above the Digimon's head. So keeping your Digimon in an exhausted state going into the next area saves the butterfly from happening. However, it likely will happen later. Because there'll be moments where I'll let my Digimon sleep and then the exhaustion's gone and it starts up again. So we just recruited Bakemon. You just have to answer his questions yes, yes, no. And he just yells Bake at you constantly. And then apparently he said the right things because he joins the city and he's all good. So what I'm about to head to is the Great Canyon. The Great Canyon has a spawn, two spawns for San Yanmamon. San Yanmamon has Spinning Shot, Hurricane, and Spitfire as its abilities. You want to learn Spinning Shot. Now, Spinning Shot's a 14% chance, as I've mentioned a couple times. But Hurricane, Bergermon can also learn Hurricane, and it is 9%. You do not want Hurricane. Hurricane sucks. It is terrible. It is awful. You never want it. But and it's just incredibly frustrating when you learn it over Spinning Shot when it is the lower chance ability. But we'll see what happens here. I also don't want to get hit by Spinning Shot. I want to try and cancel it. Because all you need for the enemy Digimon to learn an ability from the enemy Digimon, all you have to do is have the enemy Digimon start using it. That's it. So it doesn't have to hit you, it just has to initiate it, and then you got the chance to learn it. And no way. Okay, well, there you go. It happened. Probably because I bagged it out so bad. But there we go. We learned Hurricane. So now we're going to reload the save that has Spinning Shot, and we're just going to pretend we learned Spinning Shot because it's higher chance for you to learn Spinning Shot. Therefore, I got it. And we're just going to go with that, and we're going to say nothing else about it. What a joke. There's no way it's 9%. I don't believe it. Okay, so now we got Spinning Shot. That was a really good, really fast Spinning Shot. We're definitely on some good pace right now. It's just that easy to get first try. So now we're going to have a mirror match. Gotta fight Bergermon. Bergermon, recruiting Bergermon to the town gives you a flight path, so you get like travel path, which is very, very, very good for the speedrun to get around. I'm gonna try and not die here because the other Bergermon has Prominence Beam. Prominence Beam is pretty dangerous. Could get injured. Nope. Okay, good. We're safe. So, I technically could have tried multiple times to learn Spinning Shot in this run and not loaded a save. But if you try multiple times, you're advancing the in-game time every time as well, and you really don't want that in this run. Because everything kind of lines up nicely So, in my attempts of this category, I'll give 2 tries maximum before I reset. So, as you could imagine, you spend a lot of time resetting for that one move. And you get very much more frustrated when you get Hurricane at the lower chance. Anyways. So, if you remember before, I came to Drill Tunnel, fought Dramogamon, and then ignored the other one's request to clear out the dirt. If I'd cleared out the dirt and done the entire thing, the tunnel would have opened. However, if you just leave and you wait a few days of in-game time, so it's like I'm on day 6 now, the tunnel's done. You didn't have to do anything. And we're going to go into this tunnel. We're going to fight Meramon. First off, we're going to push this boulder out of the way. You need a champion level Digimon to be able to move this boulder out of the way. Also, donate, by the way, in capital letters, as if it's yelling at you. No, not really. But Digimon's name's donate now because the save file I created named it donate. But yeah, just a reminder. Donate to my boy ZAX and help him out. He's a good man. So now we're in Lava Cave. Lava Cave is only on fire for a little bit longer. I'm gonna beat up the source of the lava, which is Meramon. Meramon is the other Digimon I could have got if I'd screwed up Berdramon's evolution. So I'm gonna bully him. Don't flatten me. Oh my god. Alright. That's unlucky. So that's what I mean. The Various cures it. However, getting flattened in any situation in this game is probably the worst out of the status effects. They not just bad to get in general, they also take a while to cure. So if you throw a Various, you still gotta wait for your Digimon to like warp back into its regular form. And that's just super slow. So getting it in any situation, even if you have the Various to cure it, it's just bad. You never want it. Alright, so we're just grabbing some offense chips. This is one of the best things about doing Meramon early. Meramon has access to... going through Meramon, you get access to a bunch of offense chips. Now, offense chips boost your offense points by 50 for every one you use. And there's 3 of them here, so you get an extra 150 offense points. Now, the max you can get in this game is 999. And before doing this, I have 550, so yeah, it's going to go up to about 700, which is very, very good. I do use quite a bit of stat chips in this game, in this run. You get like HP chips to boost your HP, so you don't get one shot by things later in the run. And yeah, it's just effectively really, really good to be able to use them. Now, whenever you feed an item to your Digimon, say an autopilot, or a stat chip, or anything that isn't exactly a food item, there's a chance that your Digimon rejects it. Oh, that's actually good luck. It took it. It's all dependent on your discipline bar, which is the second bar under my happiness bar. If you have low discipline, very, very likely your Digimon's going to reject what you try to feed it, and then you have to scold it and try and feed again. Obviously, for the sake of the speedrun, you'd want most of the time for your feeds to be accepted. So I got 1 free feed, which is actually pretty good. Can't complain with that. So we did the invisible bridge conversation with Euromon before. Now we're doing another one to speak about Ogremon, which is our next fight. Ogremon is bad. A terrible fight, honestly. You're fighting Ogremon plus 2 Ogremon as well. They are bullies and very annoying to deal with. Which, I mean, this could go well. I mean, I feel like it has to go well. I need something to go well. Like, this run has been really garbage for luck. Oh, there's the butterfly that I was talking about. So, because I let Birdramon sleep, Birdramon's exhaustion got cured, and I had no status effects, or no status bubbles above its head. And now, I got the RNG roll of getting the butterfly. So now my stats are dropping, but they don't drop unless the time is progressing. So I'm in the middle of this fight. So this fight is, as I said, it's bad. Spinning Shot's really good for it though, because it has... A Spinning Shot does like 1 attack in the middle and 2 on the side that close in. So you can get double hits with it. But it also takes a little while for you to shoot the Spinning Shot. And during that time, you're pretty much a sitting duck, effectively getting cancelled by the enemy. Not too bad getting rid of the 2 Ogremon already. That's good. I'm not going to kill him in the next hit. Too much health left. So I got some bad damage rolls, really. I don't like the amount of health I've got either. Okay, only 1 item dropped as well. So that text at the bottom that pops up whenever you beat an enemy Digimon. Ogremon dropping the HP chip is always going to happen. But the Ogremon also have a chance to drop a small recovery as well. And that text scrolls by letter. So obviously, for the sake of a speedrun, you'd want only one of those to happen. Not only that, but you can also learn abilities from the Ogremon as well, like Magma Bomb or Fire Tower. Because Birdramon's Fire type, Birdramon can learn all those abilities. So if you're fighting these and you learn those abilities, you have to wait for the text for the new ability to scroll across as well. So you could get text for Ogremon dropping HP chip, Ogremon dropping small recovery, other Ogremon dropping small recovery, and then learning an ability. You could also get injured as well, which is another one on top of that. So you'd have like this really, really long section of going through all this text. It's terrible. Fortunately, the Japanese version of this game actually has instant text. But the Japanese version has other issues which cause a lot of problems. For example, in the Japanese version of this game, your Digimon poop twice as often. So by the time you finish a run of this category on Japanese, you're likely going to end up with the Virus Filth Digimon. Sukamon. Sukamon is like a kind of a punishment. Your Digimon will evolve into a yellow shit, like literally evolves into a poo, if you let your Digimon poop on the ground 16 times. But because of how long it takes for like the extra time you have in the NTSC-U run, you don't have to worry about turning into Sukamon. You finish the run way before that ever becomes a problem. Okay, that's good. Oh my god, that's actually really good. Less good, but still fine. And I got blocked. Not cool. And 1 more hit. So, Ogremon, you fight a couple times in this run. 4 times to be total. And yeah, so far we're on the second one. He is trolling. You know, a bit overkill, but why not? Eat shit, idiot. So yeah, one of the Agumon dropped a small recovery in this case. So had a little bit of extra text, but that's not that bad. That's completely fine. It's only a problem when you get all of the text. So I'm gonna feed this now. Hopefully I get a first try. Nice. Very lucky. I'm actually gonna grab this. Just being extra safe for this marathon, honestly. We want to see the end of the game for once. It doesn't happen often enough. Alright, so I'm going to perform a strat here called Gaburimon Skip. The Gaburimon that's placed here, you have to fight it in most cases. But I'm going to do something where I clip into the bridge, and I'm able to go around him. So I'm setting up my position by doing those pauses. I'm going to just jiggle in the corner, and I'm going to clip through. So I'm able to get past Gaburimon. Now, I'm not exactly skipping Gaburimon. I do have to get into a fight with it again. Well, I do still have to get into a fight with it, I mean. But what I wanted to do is just trigger that cutscene first before doing so. Then I'm going to get into this fight, and I'm just going to run away. So now that I've run away, there's a like little side effect of doing so. You get warped all the way to the elevator. In case it wasn't clear what just happened there as well with why I had to do that conversation, I was talking to Shellmon. Shellmon was pretty much like lifted up with the elevator going up. So I had to come back here and bring the elevator back down so that Shellmon's on ground level again. And then I talk to Shellmon and recruit, and we move on. So I'm just going the roundabout way to get back to that screen I was on with the Gaburimon that I ran from. But I'm coming from the top instead of the side. And there it is. Now it's just gonna flop out of here. And I'm gonna collect that defense chip from the PC. Now, defense chips, MP chips, and quick chips I don't ever use in the run. They are purely money items, but they are worth 4,999 bits. So that's that you get a lot of money back from them, and you can use them to buy healing items in massive supplies. So that way you have plenty to keep your Digimon alive in fights that go really, really bad. Just kind of sneak past that dude. Alright, and we're heading to the third Agumon fight. This time Agumon got a bit smarter and he's like, I'm not going to use Agumon anymore. Agumon's not really helping me. So he brings out the big guns and brings out Waruseedramon. So I have to fight a Waruseedramon, a Gabumon, and Agumon. Pretty random fight. It can go very bad very quickly. Waruseedramon has quite a few abilities that have flatten and stun, so you have to deal with that, which kind of sucks. But hopefully we get lucky. So one of the other benefits to loading the save like I did is I had slightly more items than I did going into Spinning Shop before, so that's kind of good. I got one more medium recovery, no, 2 more medium recoveries than before, I think. So that's pretty good. That makes the run a bit more safer as well. Good lord. Yeah, Aurora Freeze is the, like, Aurora Borealis that, Digimon did. It hurts. It hits pretty hard. So, getting hit by that is not great. Ooh, nice double. That's not gonna be a double. Oh, I might be able to kill. Nice. Oh, that's really good. that was the good end. I like that. So, if you didn't notice before, I have lost quite a bit of stats already. I have 673 offense instead of the 700 I was expecting. But that's okay. Like, it's expected. You go into this knowing that's going to happen. I'm also going to do something in this run that I haven't done in any runs before. So I'm not too sure if that's going to be good. It should be. I've got the notes for it. It's all routed correctly and everything. It's just I haven't done it before. I'm going to train in a specific location later on that gives more offense than usual, but it means I have lower offense for another fight where I was expecting to have this a certain amount for, but it should be fine. So now I'm going to do some more shopping. I've got a few chips that I need to sell, and I need a lot more healing items since I'm starting to run a bit low. So we're going to sell this defense chip, and this quick chip. And then we're going to buy 8 autopilots, because we don't have any more of those, and those are very handy to have. 4 various, 21 MP floppies, 2 medium recoveries, and probably buy 41, and then maybe 2 more of these. That'll do. Alright. So now I'm going to enter the hospital and rest here twice, which is going to push the time 2 hours ahead. By doing this, I am setting up the time for Factorial Town, which is the area that has the guards that are only away for about 10 in-game minutes. So now we're 2 hours later in the day. And now I'm going to go to a place called Mount Panorama. This location was locked before at the start of the game, but after I beat Meramon shook the ground and caused the path to open. There's also normally dialogue box there that you get stopped with and you have to kind of confirm it to move on. But if you just like walk like I just did there, you can skip the dialogue box. And it ends up being just like a very short amount of time faster. So this is why I visit the hospital, because the hospital, once you talk to Centauramon in the hospital, Unimon spawns here and needs healing. So I'm going to give one of my precious healing items to him, and he's just going to be on his merry way. And also go back to the city. Now I'm going to enter this screen and just stand on that little circle in the ground and then leave. Now I have to come back here 2 more times, and then on the 3rd one I'll recruit a Digimon there. Alright, now we're gonna fight, you know, pretty much the cover Digimon, the main Digimon for like most media. Greymon, everyone knows Greymon. If you know Digimon, you know Greymon. There's like a million variants of him after all. And I'm just gonna beat him up real quick. Now Greymon is good because he drops an offense chip. I'm going to use that to get over 700 offense. And also not too hard of a fight really. Can be a little bit annoying in abilities that cancel like that, but honestly, not overly problematic. Did move the double floppy from the top right corner of my inventory. That's kind of annoying. That means my offense chip is going to be at the bottom right of my inventory, which means it'll be slower for me to go down and use it, because I have to feed it before I do the next fight. So this is Factorial Town. This is the place I mentioned that has a very, very small window for you to enter it. You can go into this screen completely fine. There's no worries here. Okay, so on this screen here, there's a 3% chance that a certain Digimon spawns that gives you 3 prosperity points. I'm going to go for that later in the run and hopefully pull it off. If I manage to get it, that's going to be very hype. It's going to say it saves like 2 minutes plus if you manage to get lucky with it. So I'm going to give it a small go of trying to make it spawn, but I won't spend too much time there. If I don't get it, I'm going to do 2 other Digimon fights to make up for not having that one. So as you can see before, I waited a little bit. I was waiting for a specific time so that when I entered that screen, the guards weren't there. There's normally some Guardromon just blocking the entrance, and you can't get past them unless you do it. Funny thing though, once you've done it once, like once you've gone there once with the guards not there, they never come back. They're just gone for good. There's other Digimon in that room, but you can dodge them pretty easily, so... Alright, so Giromon fight. This fight can be pretty scary. There is one ability here that has such a high chance of flattening that you're pretty much expecting it every time you get hit by it. Although I'm getting very, very lucky here. Very lucky. Oh my god, am I going to get no hit? Wow, it was actually a no-hit. That's crazy. What a good fight. You'll love to see it. He is usually a lot worse than that. And as I've mentioned before, flattening is like the worst status effect to get. It takes ages to cure. Your Digimon just bloody warps back into reality pretty much. And yeah, you don't want to get hit by it, but usually does this like program where all these like matrix looking bites shoot at you, and those have like I don't know what the exact percentage is. No, hang on, this is fine. All right, we're fine. So that can be a really bad situation. Whenever your Digimon drops a poo on the ground, it's never really consistent what time it happens. Certain times entering loading screens and all that can change when your Digimon needs to take a crap on the ground. And it can happen in situations where you're like right next to an enemy, and Digimon will just crap, and then the enemy Digimon's just standing right next to you, waiting for you to have your control back. And then you get the encounter, and there's nothing you can do about it. I was worried that was going to be one of these situations, but fortunately, we're out of there. Oh, this is Numemon. If you've ever played this game before, you know who Numemon is. Numemon is pretty much the Digimon you had. Don't lie, it definitely was. Okay, that's fine. I was actually worried that was gonna hit before I attack. So Numemon is usually a one-hit fight, but yeah, I got unlucky and he blocked. Sometimes you can get blocked and then your Digimon won't attack fast enough, and that big giant poop attack that he used has a very high chance for flattening, and you'll normally get hit by it. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to spawn Metal Mememon now, which is a 3% chance. So I'll be exiting and re-entering the screen until it happens. That Guardromon down there, what I'm expecting to happen is for it not to be there at all. If the Guardromon's gone, I got it. So I'm going to go for 10 attempts. So we're at 3. This is the 3rd attempt. And 4. Okay. It's 5. 6. 7. Come on, you can do it. Damn it, 8. 9. And 10. Come on, last one. No. Okay. That's fine. I didn't want him anyway. He stinks. So this does mean that we have to do 2 extra recruitments. Not too bad to fight them. Doesn't make much of a difference, really. It changes the route a little bit, I guess, but it's not too bad. Oh, by the way, yeah, I just recruited Elecmon. Elecmon just, like, zaps you 3 times, and then it's like, wow, you're really strong, I'm gonna go to the city. There's a lot of, getting hurt, and then Digimon just being like, yep, okay, cool. I like you, I'm going to the city. This is Biomon, though. Biomon has a 33% chance to go to the right side of the map that you're on. So, obviously, Birdramon ran to the right just then. However, like, I wasn't there, obviously, so that's definitely not going to work. But now I'm trying to get Biomon to run towards me. Normally, my Birdramon or my Digimon, whatever Digimon I have at the time, would run off and chase after Biomon. But if I stand in its way like I am now, it can't actually run, so it just stays with me and Biomon moves immediately, like this. And pretty much just have to be lucky and have Biomon in the right spot, and then you move on. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys the Digimon that you turn into if you shit 16 times on the ground. I'm also going to ask him to come to the city as well, while we're at it. There he is. Literally a yellow shit. Like, just straight up a poop. with a face. He's called Sukamon. And this is pretty much his area, which is the dump. So I pick up this rod, and then I'm gonna do some training here because I need to not yet. Okay. Really? Alright, I'm just gonna go because he should be tired after this hour tick over. Yeah, okay, cool. So, gonna let him sleep in the dump. I'm just a good trainer like that. So I hope I'm doing this right, because this is like, this deviates quite a bit from what I'm used to doing at the moment with this category. Normally I'd just be getting Metal Mamamon. If I don't, I'd reset. So I'm hoping I have enough time to do everything right now. There is a chance I could get unlucky, because so the screens I'm going through are covered in fog, and the fog has a random chance of warping you to different screens. If you follow the correct path, you'll go somewhere else. But hopefully I just get lucky and I end up at the right screen. So first things first, we fight Gabumon. Gabumon's just kind of chimping up here. Just in the corner. You just kind of have a little chat with him and he's like, oh shit. And then you beat him up. Like you do with most things in this game. It's like nothing can be solved with words in this game. It's just all fighting. Interesting. Okay. I forgot I have a double floppy. Double floppy heals both 1,500 MP, 1,500 HP in one use. So, good to have that because the next fight can be kind of brutal. So, this is where like routing for this game gets kind of interesting. In this particular case, these two Digimon I'm doing right now total 3 prosperity points. Metal Mamamon is 3 prosperity points on his own. So if I got that 3% chance, I wouldn't have to do these 2 fights and it'd be a lot faster. Also, yikes. That was close. Forgot they were daytime enemies. Did I get lucky? I got lucky! Let's go! Alright. We're winning. Good. So, this is Kokatorimon. Cock is in the name. Dead honest. This guy's an asshole. See? Can be very annoying. Has 2 abilities that can stun. One does a lot of damage. One is called Megalo Spark, which is a really, really good move in this game. It's an airtight move that has stun and is very quick. Fortunately, I think I'm getting quite lucky here. Yeah, I got really damn lucky. Sweet. Alright, I might do a lot more things in the meantime, because I'm a bit early. I won't be able to do... I'm waiting for a specific time at the moment for fishing out Seadramon, because we love fishing, and I really want to do more fishing. So, I'm going to do shopping here real quick. Sell all these chips. Then we buy... Oops. Buy 5 Various. 21 MP floppies, and then the rest medium recoveries. Cool. So I should have done this differently. I should have gone to the bulletin board first and then gone shopping, but that's alright. It's a small time loss to do this. So got to talk to that bulletin, or interact with the bulletin board. Get the Vademon 2, which is the UFO notice. And now I'm going to go and check that same area that I checked before that had like the crop circle. I'm going to check for more crop circles. And then I'll unlock Vademon 3 afterwards. Like after I got a certain amount of prosperity points. This will push through time enough for me to do Seadramon properly. So Vademon is an alien Digimon that makes the most annoying sound in the world. I look forward to showing him off. It's always fun doing randomizer runs where you have him as the Digimon and he follows you around and makes that noise the entire run. It's not grating or anything. Okay, so I'm still a bit early. Fuck you, Chavez! Oh, God. By the way, I'm reading chat, I just haven't really been responding, but Chavez, I have to... You know, Chavez just boils my blood. Every time I see him. That was a pretty good fight. Oh yeah, Ninjamon just shows up here when you walk past. Ninjamon shows up because if you have a Digimon in the secret shop, like in the basement of the big shop building, Numamon is a secret shopkeeper. So as long as I have Numamon, I come to this area and he shows up. Alright, so gotta fight Palmon now. Palmon in most categories, not Legacy obviously, but most other Digimon World categories, you'll fight Palmon at the very beginning, because Palmon's always available. But in this category, it's not really beneficial to do so, so you just like save it for the end. Because in this particular case, Palmon is a 2-shot if I stop getting bullied like this. I blame Chubbas, honestly. There we go. Alright. Now, if you're like me and most people in the world, and you love fishing, then boy do I have a treat for you. It is pretty bad fishing. So I'm gonna wait a little bit here. I'm a little bit early for this, so I can't exactly start yet. I'm waiting for the timer to hit the next hour, and then Seadramon will spawn. So something I forgot. I used all the meat in my previous save file, but this one, the backup save, had the meat, and I forgot about it. if I did get first try spinning shot and made it all this far to this point, I wouldn't have the meat, and I would have to like backtrack all the way back to the town and come back here. But yeah, fortunately the spinning shot didn't happen, so here we are. We got sort of lucky, quote unquote. So yeah, I probably should talk about this fishing minigame. Oh, hang on. Wow, okay, we're coming back here. That's really unfortunate. I don't know how to dodge these guys. So, I lost my bait. And most runs normally only have one. I'm so lucky. Okay, hang on. I just need to make sure I don't run into these dudes. Alright, cool. What a mess. The only issue with this is, like, because I'm using a Digimushroom here, all the other fish are interested. So I have to stop them from taking the line. So that is problematic. Although I'm getting unlucky. So Digimon is a 20% chance to bite the line. So if you get the heart, it's 20% that'll even go for it. And yeah, it's a pretty crap part of the run. And even more crap using a Digimushroom here. I might reset the area because of kind of... There's a position thing with this. If you are like somehow in the wrong position, what can happen is there's an 8-frame window that Digimon sees the bait and registers the heart to say you had the chance of a bite. That 8-frame window can sometimes not get the bait at all, and that means Digimon just doesn't register it even though it's close enough. And yeah, I'm experiencing that sometimes. And it tends to be with my position. If I change my position, it usually is a lot better. But I'm also, if I take much longer to set up or whatever, I end up not having Digimon spawn at all, and I have to wait a full day. So, don't want that. Wow, come on. It's annoying that I got a bite, and now we're dealing with this. Don't bite it. Damn it. So I have to keep taking the bait out of the water. If I don't, one of the other fish is going to grab it, and then I lose the Digimushroom, which is my like last saving grace for this. Nope. Nice. All right. Whew. That was worrying, because like if I'd lost that bait, I'd have to spawn another one, and potentially I would spend too much time outside of this area, like, and time would pass, and then Digimon would disappear. So fortunately, it's all good. sure what day it is. So got to train here until Bergramon is sleepy. Because I need to be on day 9 for Dramogamon to be recruited. So Seadramon is extremely important in this run because Seadramon itself gives 2 prosperity points, and then once you cross using Seadramon, you're able to recruit those 2, which are 2 prosperity points each as well. So Seadramon in total gives you access to 6. There's just no substitute that's any better, and it's really fast if you get lucky, but obviously, as you can see, the situation I dealt with there was not exactly fast. Oh, I'm doing this in the wrong order. I meant to do Andromon and Gyromon and then Ogamon. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So I've pretty much got to recruit Ogamon by fighting him for the last time here. Then I got to recruit Vaidmon, and then I got to recruit Andromon and Gyromon, and then we're done. Then it's just, then it's the final dungeon, which is 3 more fights. So probably, I think with this run, I might be going over estimate by a little bit. I think I put 135 for my estimate, I can't remember. So we're gonna sleep. And just for safety, I'm gonna save. Because who knows, like I could, anything could go wrong in this next few fights. The end game could kill me, and that's what I'm kind of worried about more than anything else. Devimon, Metal Greymon, and Machinedramon, scary fights. You have to be pretty focused on your healing, otherwise you can just get 2-shot and that's it. Nice. Nice. $65 health. Huh. That could be a problem. That Agumon might be in the way of that HP chip, and I need that. Oh, why am I trying to go that for? Alright, we're good. So there is a situation with this where you can get soft locked. I'm actually going to feed the quick chip as well. Might as well. That'll help with the final fights as well. But yeah, there is a situation with those Agumon that they could die in a spot that you walk to during the cutscene, and then when you come out of the cutscene, you're stuck. You can't move. They like basically hold you in place. It's a bit rude. But yeah, like you just autopilot out in that particular case and come back there afterwards. This game is notorious for soft locks though. It has so many. Alright. Just gonna recruit Dramogamon. Cool, I can get rid of the butterfly. So the butterfly's kind of bad at the moment. I want to have over 800 offense. And yeah, I'm kind of concerned that that might not be possible by the time I get to Mount Infinity, which is the final dungeon. Whoops. So, daytime and nighttime for this game have different spawns. And sometimes it's very rare I come to this screen on nighttime in this run, so I wasn't really ready for the nighttime spawns. Some of them are harder to dodge in some cases, but the ones I'm about to do next are not that bad. So what I'm doing now as well is I'm recruiting Andromon and Giromon. Very important, you need to talk to Andromon twice in that screen. If you don't get the recruitment. And it's very easy to forget to talk to twice. Every category I run at this game, in my notes for the category, has specifically written in capital letters, talk to twice, just to make sure that I do it, because it's such a ball buster when you make the mistake and then you get there and it's like, oh, I'm not ready to fight the final boss. Also, got the butterfly again, so I'm losing more stats. Not good, not good. So Andromon and Giromon are really important to this run as well. They are 3 prosperity points each. So a total they give 6. Yeah, they're very, very necessary to have. Alright, and we're on our last recruitment now. Yeah, this one totals 50 prosperity points now. Just gotta interact with the bulletin board each time you do Vaidmon. Or each time you do each part of Vaidmon's quest. Except for the first one, obviously. The first one's just there, ready to go. Here's the most annoying sound in the world. Now, when you have him as your Digimon, he makes that noise the entire time as he's following you. It gets old very fast. I'm actually quite surprised. I've held on to the double floppy this entire run. That's going to be good. That's going to be really good for these final fights. So now I talk to Digimon, and Digimon's like, hey, the final dungeon for the game is literally right outside. And now I'm just going to autopilot out of his house. Now, it isn't just to get out of the house faster. When you leave the house after initiating the Mount Infinity cutscene, or opening the final dungeon, at the door, there's a trigger that activates another fight from Airdramon. And you're meant to fight Airdramon before you go into Mount Infinity. But if you just autopilot out, you skip the fight. So, you just don't have to do it at all. But yeah, this is the final dungeon of the game. Pretty much the hardest enemies to dodge in the entire game. There's so much like little tight movements you have to do here. Just to avoid getting into a fight. But you have 3 compulsory fights to do, one being the final boss of the game. So here comes the first one. Now, rumor has it there's like a chance this fight could softlock. I think it's literally just a joke. I don't think it's real. Never had it happen before, never will. Oh, I should probably talk about the protection I have in my inventory as well. So I picked that up back when I was doing Lava Cave. It is an item that for an entire fight you are protected from status effects entirely. I save it for the last fight of the run because the stun in that fight is actually really bad. Getting kind of unlucky with this fight. Devimon's kind of a really bad fight for a spinning shot. I'm gonna use my finisher. So stuns aren't too bad, they can get cured pretty easily. Although... Wow, 3 stuns. That's honestly pretty bad. It doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. There is no soft lock there. It'll never happen to me. Alright, the most difficult dodge in the run is that one. You have to like basically tickle him a little bit and then make him chase after you. It's pretty, it looks a lot easier than it is. So yeah, unfortunately this won't be a sub 130 run, but it's actually going to beat my estimate. I'm pretty sure I put my estimate at 135. Which is, you know, for a legacy run, this game is... It's completely random. I'm at the mercy of the game the entire time, so... If I'm able to get a time like that in a marathon setting, even though I used a save game to get spinning shot, that's still fine. After all, I did attempt Metal Mamamon at 3% chance 10 times, didn't get it, and then had to do the other recruitments, which would have been a lot faster if I just started off doing those. But now I want to do the tricky stuff. He does not exist. Okay. No flattens or anything so far, which is good. Wow. That sucks. Well, looks like I'm not killing him with a finisher. Neither is he. Get owned, idiot. No. No, I'm not going to use that at the end. That was... No. No, we won't use that at the end. That's tempting, though. Learn Meltdown at the end. Wow. Meltdown's a pretty good attack. I don't think it's good against mech Digimon, though. I think Spinning Shot's better. That's pretty much the only reason I'm not using it. Stuns, however, would have been nice. Oh, by the way, this is the final boss of the game. It has, in my opinion, the strongest and best move in the game, Thunder Justice. It's a big lightning strike that has a pretty high chance of stunning and does a fuck ton of damage. So... also has that as well, which is, you know, pretty annoying as well. Nice. Alright, so now the stuns won't happen from Thunder Justice, which is good. Yeah, see, 1400 damage is... yeah, really scary, to say the least. Nice. Oh my god, please. Such unfortunate blocking. Unbelievable. That is such a high damage roll for that as well. What? No, no, no. We're not done. No, 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 no. Look, all this means is there's more time to donate. Oh no! I have to fight Edgemon. Okay, cool. Alright. How much time have I got left? Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. There's no way I could have predicted that happening. It was literally just enough to kill. That's wild. Consider this bonus content. The window to stop Hurricane is huge. You damn right. That's why Hurricane is not used. I don't think there's ever been a situation where Machine Dramon has killed me from that high, from max HP in a legacy run. I don't think it's ever happened. That's unreal. That is marathon luck. Just in a nutshell. I really like running this game, but it is very hard to show it in its best look during a marathon because things like this keep happening. It's rough. It's like I don't think I have a single run I can say was a good marathon run for this game. Everyone's had like severe issues. Is he stuck? Oh my god, he's stuck. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, cool. If I die again, then it's over. But hopefully not. It should take me like another 2 minutes tops. So, I think the next runner is Foe, right? Sorry, Foe. I actually think it was something that was literally a tiny bit off killing me as well. I think I had 2600 health, but died at 2683 or something. I lost all my small recoveries. I was like, what's missing from my inventory? I don't think I lost anything. And I was like, yeah, no, I did. Don't stun. Okay. Nice! What an absolute lad. Alright, no, well, I mean, was. No way! Oh my god. Are you serious? I can't believe this! What? That's so unlucky. I can't even stress enough how unlucky that is. That's GG. Wow, I can't believe it. How am I supposed to deal with that? I swear, not once in any run I've done recently that's made it to this point has his finisher done more than 2,000 damage. No memes. 2 times in a row, 2,600 and 2,800. I can't do anything about that. That's GG. Yeah, sorry. Can't finish it. Wow. That is ridiculous. I love this game. Please play it more. It's great. Can't believe it. That's wild. Alright, well, I'm just gonna hit the time on that one, I think. Yay, 1 hour and 40 minutes, I guess. Yeah, that was Digimon World, sort of. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was it. True marathon luck, honestly. Like, I've never been killed twice by Machine Dramon in one run. So, that's a new one. Stings a little, but it'll be fine. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I guess we'll move on to the next run. But yeah, once again, thank you for watching and donate to the marathon. Help Zaxxon out. Give him all the support you can give. He's a good man. He deserves it.
Big Chongus!